I don't know, John. Maybe there's some kind of problem. Give me your gum.
Oh.
Problem solved. That's why I'm the supervisor.
You know, one time he's had 4 reoccurring roles on television at the same time: Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, Dream On, My So-Called Life. We just saw him in a clip from Grace Under Fire. I've done this already, haven't I?
Well, we talked about it in the open. Yeah, but we could do it again.
I've already introduced you, haven't I?
Though, Mr. Dingle.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Nice to meet you.
Paul Dooley, ladies and gentlemen.
Up here with our Universal City Tour people. Thank you. Thank you.
There we are. You know, it's funny. I would think that Hollywood and television especially would just be knocking down your door to do a full-time role or a full-time series. Do you, would you prefer that over part-time work or what?
I've always dreaded the idea of getting locked into a character.
Oh, really?
I mean, a lot of people say, oh, it's going to run 5 years, I'll be a millionaire. But I don't like the idea of doing the same character over and over and over.
The idea of being a millionaire?
That part I wouldn't mind, but, you know, if you can make a nice living and also play lots of different characters. I think people who become actors do it not to play one part the rest of their life, but to play a lot of different parts.
You've done so many movies. I mean, Breaking Away comes to mind instantly to me because I love that movie so much, and I think everybody else across America did too. Is there a favorite role that you've been able to?
Well, I guess if any, that would be it. Because,
oh, is that it? Yeah.
When the screenwriter showed me this script and I read it, I said, what do you base this character on? He's actually born in Yugoslavia, this guy.
Right.
Came here when he was maybe 13 or 14. Steve Tessic won the Oscar for that script.
Yeah.
And he said, it's based on my father. And I said, well, it sounds like my father. So in a way, I kind of imitated and used my father in the role. And I've met millions of people who said it was just like their father. So there's something universal about this character.
You're very fatherly.
As conceived, yeah.
Do you like to
go to your room?
Oh,
Thank you for that.
You love that. Do you like to play? Have you played any villain roles? And do you prefer comedy?
I usually do mostly kind of cranky dads and sometimes cranky grandfathers with a heart of gold, as it seems it turns out.
It's very subtle what you do on film. I mean, it's really, really subtle.
In Grace Under Fire, I'm kind of a pain in the neck to her. My job is to be the thorn in her side.
Yeah.
But I might have played one villain at one time or another, but normally not.
But you prefer comedy?
Yes, I like comedy.
Well, now, you grew up, I guess, in Second City. Would you say, is that a fair appraisal?
Well, I had done some acting before then, but I did join Second City in the early 60s, and ever since then, it's kind of,
and you did stand-up on the old Jack Parr show, which was a Tonight Show.
Yeah, most people don't know there was a Tonight Show before Johnny.
Well,
but,
gosh,
there was Steve Allen,
Jack Parr,
and then Johnny.
Yeah, now Jay.
Now, you did a lot of improvisational work. That's what Second City is, right?
Basically.
So explain to us what improvisation is.
Well, the big difference between ad-libbing, which you guys do brilliantly, by the way, and a lot of people do, a lot of comedians do this. The difference between that and improvisation is that to get a more naturalistic kind of comedy, you listen to each other. A lot of people who are funny will just try to top each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Each one is funnier than the last.
Right.
But what creates a funny scene and something that's more realistic and has more resonance to it is if you really listen to each other and try to take what you get and make something of it, rather than trying to just, in spite of the other actor, but try to use each other in a way.
Can you give us a demonstration on how we would do this?
Well, I'm going to do a little something just by myself with them, the audience.
With the audience?
And then we'll do a little something together where we...
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right, good.
I'll let you take it away.
All right. What I would like you to give me is a line which I could use to begin a poem. Doesn't have to be, it shouldn't be anything you've heard before, not a real poem, not something you've read. Anything you make up, like a line that would, sounds to you kind of poetic. Anything at all. It could be it's a beautiful day, it's a sunny
lady
day.
Over here has one.
My love is like a rose, anything you like.
How about Catch the Wave? Yeah.
Whoa, catch the wave.
Wow.
All right, catch the wave. Catch the wave and try to save that wave within your soul. For I find myself without a hole to crawl and die and dig in. Can I stand a simple prince, and yet there upon the throne I see someone who would never throw me even as a dog a bone, that king there. Not a king to me, nor he to I, but if I save the wave, I must, if I can, turn to my ghost of my father on the wall, standing here. I hope he doesn't fall, but there he is. Save the wave, Dad.
Very funny.
You know, I was going to say when we come back, would you teach us that? But I don't think there's a chance you could teach me that.
No.
That was just brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll be back. He's going to show us some other stuff. Paul Dooley.